Why don't you want to go first?
Well, I don't know, because someone has to go first, and I feel like it's always better for the other person to go first so you can watch what they do and then go, okay, I don't know if I would answer it like that. Yeah, I don't want to do it that way.
Yeah, I want to do it better.
I think that, like, instead of me actually listening to you, I'll be pretending to listen, but then I'll be like, this is what I'm going to do.
You'll be like, that was a terrible way to do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
you want us to go first, so you can see
with
what's
that
bad.
being said, no, okay, so you know what, I'll go first. I'll go first. You guys will have the luxury. Okay, what do you want to know?
Tell us what your film is about.
Okay, my film is called LA Times, and it's basically sort of a love-hate letter to Los Angeles, sort of all the annoying / charming things that we do while we're trying to usually, you know, make our dreams come true. It's a character piece. It's
Ensemble.
It's ensemble. Some people say it's kind of like a throwback to like the adult comedies of like the 70s and the 60s.
I like that time period.
Yeah, so I like that time period too.
Was the inspiration from more of a loving place or a hateful place towards the city that we live in?
I feel like it was an interesting journey because I think that, and I'm born and raised in Los Angeles, and I think that actually making the film made me love LA more. So now, okay, I'm gonna ask you guys some questions.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Can I just ask Janicza a question and not you?
Yeah, you should, because I mean the film is really her idea.
Okay. No, I feel that.
Yeah.
That's the vibe you're getting from us.
Totally.
I helped write it,
Totally.
but it was...
And also, she's a very smart dresser.
Yes, she is.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so
You like us talking about you like that?
tell me a little bit about what inspired your film.
Our movie is called Lemon. We wrote it about 5 years ago. It's a dark comedy.
Oh, so you wrote it 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is a movie about failure and anxiety, all really funny things. The film is a product of sort of our combined fears. Our fear of failure is sort of where the movie came from. That was the genesis for the piece. This idea that one day you wake up and you kind of have no idea how you got to where you are in your life. You know, you're supposed to be the hero of your own life, but what if you're not born with the tools to take your life by the reins?
We wanted to make a movie that was very much a plateau in a way. You know, most people don't experience these really mega highs and serious lows. They coast throughout their life, and that is the biggest essence of failure, is this coasting, is every day being the same, and I'm going to do that tomorrow. Oh no, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow, and you never do it tomorrow. I'm basically completely saying the same thing that she already said.
You use different words though, so
different
it
words.
It felt
like
different.
it was different.
I'm showing that we're connected conceptually
is that what,
on the film.
Is that what you feel you should?
Yeah. But I mean, and I think, you know, not knowing how to navigate through life a lot of the time, I mean, is a conundrum that both her and I have felt a lot and continue to feel. So.
That's a tough one, because I feel like most of the characters I write are not your typical protagonist.
Are they unlikable?
Sure, of course. And to me, unlikable usually is
really
synonymous with
sexy.
interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, what classic great character do you know?
Or even what person do you know in real life that is always 100% likable, that you would want to hang out with all the time? That's not a really interesting person. I think that, you know,
Hamlet is very unlikable. Blanche Dubois is very unlikable.
Sure. Chip Baskets, he could be unlikable. Do you guys watch Baskets?
Yeah.
I was like, who is that?
You really made a jump there.
We really
went
did.
from Shakespeare and Tennessee Williams to
But I was like, I'm so into
No
it. I
offense,
think I'm
Zach.
so into
You're great.
Baskets.
Chip Baskets really is the streetcar named Desire
But he
of
really
television.
is.
I assumed it was like a Neil Simon.
No,
I
he's
know.
great.
That
He's
feels
great.
right.
Okay.
Tell us about your writing process.
Okay. I am a big fan of outlining. So a lot of times I'll sort of be pregnant with the idea for a while and like work it out in my head, and then finally I'll get to the step where I decide to outline it. You get in your head where it's almost like you forget the delete button exists, and you're like, okay, I don't want to write it unless it's going to be really good.
Yeah.
So then you'll just get sort of crippled by this, you know, sort of obsessive perfectionism about something that is obviously going to go through 100 drafts.
And you know this, but it's still
And you do, but
kind
it's
of,
still,
it's
it will
it's
exist as soon as it's
paralyzing.
out there.
Yeah.
I feel like it probably took me, I don't know, maybe like 3 months to write this one. So yeah, I feel like, I mean, I need to start writing like my next thing, and I've had the idea in my head for like 10 years.
Yeah.
And I know what it's going to be, but I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do it yet, and it's kind of making me crazy. And I wish I had that sort of mechanism where I could just vomit it out and then figure it out while I was
I
doing
know, I
it.
get so jealous of that.
I'm not really precious about what I write. I assume that the first couple drafts I'm going to write are terrible. So
Whereas I act like we're like about to be murdered, and then that's the last thing that's going to be left.
Yeah.
And so it has to be like excellent in case we're killed. So whoever reads it feels like we weren't failures.
and she works in such a way that if she's working on something, she's always working on it. You know, we're driving to dinner, she's thinking, oh, this could happen. And me, I have to say, I'm working on this right now, and then my brain starts to work on it. But if I'm not working on it, then I'm
can
like,
leave it at home.
I like fries, you know. So a
Sounds
lot
so
of the time,
interesting.
I mean, they're not mutually exclusive ideas, really.
I love fries.
I like them too.